Assalamu alaikum. This is paper 4 extended mathematics code 0580, paper 4 variant 1, May June 2022. Let's start solving this paper. In question number 1, part A, the list shows 15 midday temperatures in degrees Celsius in Suntown. Values are there. In part 1, complete the stem and leaf diagram to show this information. Alright, you see in the stem 1 is written and in the leaf 7 is written by the examiner. So this means the key says 1/7 represents 17 degrees Celsius. So there is another 17 written in the data, so you just write 7 from the next 17. And then you see 18 two times, so you write 8, 8. And then 2 19s are there, so write 9, 9 in the leaf. Now come to the second stem, 2. So 2 and 1 means 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 21 you can see in the data. So you write 4 ones in the leaf. Then there is written 122, just 1 time 22. So you can write 2 in the leaf. And 2 times 23 is in the data, so you write 3 and 3 2 times in the leaf. 1 time 24 is written, so you write 4 in the leaf. And there is 125, so you write 5 in the leaf. So these blue colors represents all the leaves. Now in part 2, find the median. Median is 1 over 2 n plus 1. So your n is 15. So 1 over 2, 15 plus 1, this is 8th value. So you count from the first value, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 1, 1. So this is 8th, and this is a median, so do not write 1. This is actually written 21. So your median is 21. In the third part, find the upper quartile. Upper quartile is 3 over 4, n plus 1. N is your 15. So 3 over 4, 15 plus 1 is 12th value. So I circled it with green circle. So you count it from the beginning, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and 3. This is your 12th value, and this is your upper quartile. So do not write 3. You have to remember, you have to write according to the key. So you write 23. This is your upper quartile. Number 4. Rahul draws a pie chart to show this information. Calculate the sector angle for the number of days the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. So 18 degrees Celsius is 2 times. So you write 2 over 15. 2 over 15 is the total midday temperature times 360. So simplify it, you get 48 degree. In the B part, box and whisker plot has been made for you. So he says in part 1, find the median. So I first mark all the points on the box and whisker plot. The lowest value is 40. Each small box represents 5 units. The highest value is 170. The beginning of the box is called Q1. There is a line in the inside the box that is called Q2, and end of the box is called Q3. So Q1 is known as lower quartile, Q2 is known as median, and Q3 is known as upper quartile. So he said find the median, so you have to read the value of Q2, which is 120 grams. find the range. Range is always subtract lowest value from the highest value. So highest value is your 170 minus lowest value is 40. So 170 minus 40 is 130. Find the interquartile range. Interquartile range is upper quartile minus lower quartile. So upper quartile is your 140 and lower quartile is your 80. So 140 minus 80, that is 60. In C1, the time T minutes spent on homework in 1 week by each of 200 students is recorded. The table shows the results. So calculate an estimate of the mean. So whenever the data is in the form of a table, so you use the formula sum of f of x over sum of f to calculate an estimate of the mean. So there is no middle value written, so you have to calculate each mid value of each class. So 40 plus 60 divided by 2 will give you 50. Then in the second class, 60 plus 80 divided by 2 is 70. Then 80 plus 90 divided by 2 is 85. 90 plus 100 divided by 2 is 95. And the last class, 100 plus 150 divided by 2 is 125. So you got all the mid values. So now you can multiply frequency by the x, and that x is your mid value. So 6 into 50 plus 10 into 70 plus 70 into 85 plus 84 into 95 plus 30 into 125 whole divided by sum of the frequencies. So use the calculator, you will get 93.4 answer. In the second part, a new table with different class interval is completed. So on a histogram, the height of the bar of 40 to 90 interval is 17.2 centimeter. Calculate the height of the bar for the 90 to 150 interval. So calculate the frequency density. Frequency density is frequency divided by class weight. So frequency is 86 for the first class divided by 50. The 50 comes from the difference of this class width, which is 90 minus 40. So you get 1.72. Alright, so if you multiply this 1.72 by 10, you get 17.2, which is given in the question. So now find out the frequency density of the second class, which is 114 frequency divided by the class which is 60. So 1.9, and you also multiply this 1.9 by 10 and you get 19 centimeter, which is the height of the bar of this class. Question number 2. Part A. Alex, Bobby and Chris share strawberries in the ratio Alex, Bobby, Chris 3:2:2. Chris receives 12 strawberries. Calculate the total number of strawberries shared. So add all the values 3, 2 and 2. Add all these ratios, you get 7, and now calculate the total number of strawberries shared. Like Chris has 2 over 7, which is equals to 12, because he said in the question Chris receives 12 strawberries. So now make a ratio method. Take the values of Chris first. 2 over 7 represent 12, so this is equal to 3 over 7, which is Alex, ratio x. So now 2 over 7 divided by 12 equals 3 over 7 divided by x, cross multiply. So you get the value of x, which is 18. Now 18 plus 12 plus 12, add all the values, so you get 42. So this is the total number of strawberries shared. In a sale, a shop reduces all prices by 12%. Dina buys a book which has an original price of $6.5. Calculate how much Dina pays for the book. So Reduce means subtract. So you subtract 12 from 100, you get 88%. So 88% of 6.5, and that would be equals to x, which is to be found out. So x is $5.72. This much Dina pays for the book. In part 2, Ilu pays $11 for a toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. So 88% of x. Now here x becomes the original price, and that is equal to $11, which Ilu pays already. So from here make x subject, so you get 12.5. In part C, Fairy invests some money. The rate of interest for the first year is 2.5%. At the end of the second year, the overall percentage increases of Fairy's investment is $6.6. Find the rate of interest for the second year. Okay, rate of interest for the first year is 100 plus 2.5, that is 102.5%. And rate of interest for the second year is 100 plus 6.6, that is 106.6%. So the difference of these two is 106.6 minus 102.5, 4.1. So 4.1 divided by the first year's value, which was 102.5, times 100. So this is 4%. In part D, a radioactive substance decay at an exponential rate of 2% per day. The initial mass is 80 grams. Find the mass at the end of 5 days. So exponential, whenever you see the word exponential, you can use the compound interest formula, which says A is equal to P times 1 minus R over 100 power n. So you can use the values according to the question given. So here P represents 80, and the minus sign is because of the decay. Otherwise, it should be 1 plus R over 100. So rate is 2, so put 2 in R, and n is 5 days, means you can place the time actually. So now simplify this using your calculator. So 72.3 grams is your answer. Second part, how many more whole days after day 5 it takes for the mass to reduce to less than 67 grams. Again use the formula. Now this time your value 67 grams goes under A equals P would be the same 80, and rate R is the same too, but we don't know N. So now you from here 80 will go down under in the denominator. 67 divided by 80 equals 1 minus 2 over 100 power n. So 0.8375 equals 0.98 power n. So take LG on both sides. So LG 0.8375 equals LG 0.98 power n. So power comes down. So n LG 0.98 equals LG 0.8375. Now make n the subject. So LG 0.8375 would be divided by LG 0.98. So n is equal to 8.77. So you subtract 5 from 8.77, that is 3.7, which is approximately 4. So this would be your answer. Question number 3a. Geeta buys x apples, x plus 7 oranges, and 2x minus 1 bananas. The total number of pieces of fruit Geeta buys is 30. Find the number of apples Geeta buys. So add all of them, x plus 7 plus 2x minus 1, that is equal to 30. From here x is 6. So number of apple Geeta buys is 6. Cost of one apple is 15 cents, cost of one orange is 18 cents, total cost of all the fruit is $5.55. Find the cost in cents of one banana. So apple apples were let as x, and we found out the value of x as 6. So x is equal to 6. Oranges were x plus 7, so it means 6 plus 7. So oranges were 13 and bananas were 2x minus 1. So 2 into value of x, which is 6. 2 into 6 minus 1, that is equal to 11. So total bananas 11. Now take cost as x. So 6 into 15 cents plus 13 into 18 cents plus 11 times x, and that is equal to 550 cents. I converted $5.55 into cents because the demand of the question is to find the cost in cents of one banana. So from here, make x the subject. So finally you get the value of x as 20.54 cents, which is approximately 21 cents. B part 1, solve 3w over 16 minus 1 equals 1 over 2. So you take LCM 16. So 3w minus 16 will be multiplied by 1 is 16 is equal to 1 over 2. So the denominator can be simplified on either side of is equal to sign if they can be simplified. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 8 is 16. So you get 3w minus 16 over 8 equals 1. So 3w minus 16 is equal to 8. From here you find out the value of w, which is 8. Second part, 3 bracket 2 power negative y over 16 minus 1 is equal to 1 over 2. Find the value of y. So 3 times 2 power minus y, I took the LCM again as 16 minus 16 whole over 16 is equal to 1 over 2. Again 2 will simplify 16 as 8. So you write now 3 bracket 2 power minus y is minus 16 is equal to 8. Then 3 bracket 2 power minus y is equal to 8 plus 16. In the next step, that becomes 24, and 2 power minus y is equal to 24 divided by 3, which is 8. Now 2 power minus y is equal to 8. So 8 can be written as 2 power 3, so that I'm trying to make the base same on either side of is equal to sign. So it becomes 2 power minus y is equal to 2 power 3. So my bases are same. So my answer is my power minus y equals 3, which is y is equal to negative 3. Solve the simultaneous equation. So we can see plus q and minus q is there. So straight away cancel them and simplify. 2p plus p is 3p, and 2 minus 1 over 2 is 3 over 2. So p is equal to 1 by 2. Now pick the first equation, 2p plus q is equal to 2, and put the value of p, which is 1 over 2, in p, and simplify it to find out the value of q, and q came out as 1. Hence, for u is less than equal to 360 greater than equal to 0, and v is less than equal to 316 greater than equal to 0. Solve the simultaneous equation. So here my p is sine of u and q is cos of v. So p was 1 over 2. So sine of u is equal to 1 over 2. So from here u equals sine inverse of 1 over 2. So u is equal to 30 degree. So sine is positive. So see where sine is positive, A, S, T, C. So in the first quadrant sine is positive, and in the second quadrant sine is positive. So in the first quadrant, this basic angle which you have just found out, 30 degrees, so that would be your theta as well. In the second quadrant, your basic angle is with the x-axis is 30 degree, and your theta would be 180 minus 30 degree, which is 150. So you can pick these two angles for u, 30 degree, or u is equal to 150 degree. Now q is equal to cos of v, so q is equal to 1, so cos of v is equal to 1. Here we have to make the sketch of cos of theta. So 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. At 0 cos is 1, at 90 cos is 0, at 180 cos is negative 1, and at 270 cos is 0, and at 360 cos is 0. So we have to see where cos of v is equal to 1. So at two places cos of v equals 1, at 0 and at 360. So pick these two values. So v is equal to 0 or v is equal to 360. Question number 4. F of x is equal to x minus 1, and g of x, h of x, g of x, all these functions are given. In part A1, find f of 2. You have just to place a value of x in the function of f of x where you see 2. So you write 2 times 2 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, and the final answer f of 2 would be equal to 3. Second part, g of f of 2 is equal to what? So f of 2 you just found out 3, so you can write g of 3 is equal to 3 times 3 minus 2. Actually you are placing the value of 3 in g of x. So this is 9 minus 2, which is 7. In B part, find g inverse of x. So let g of x is equal to y. So from here you make x a subject. So y plus 2 over 3 would be equal to x. So you can write now g inverse of x is equal to, replace y by x plus 2 over 3. So this would be your answer. Find x when h of x is equal to g of minus 2. So g of x is given as 5 power x. So first find out g of minus 2. Sorry. So g of minus 2 is equal to 5 power minus 2. So which is 1 over 5 power 2, or you can say 1 over 25. So h of x is 1 over x, so we can write 1 over x is equal to 1 over 25, so reciprocate both sides. So x is equal to 25 is your answer. Write f of x minus h of x as a single fraction. So f of x is 2x minus 1 minus h of x is 1 over x, so take LCM x. So you can now write 2x square minus x minus 1. So this is your answer. So write down in the answer space. E part says find the value of g of 2. So g of 2 is 5 power 2. Actually g of x is equal to, the main function is g of x is equal to 5 power x. So g of 2 would be 5 power 2, which is 25. So g of 25 is equal to 5 power 25, and this is 2.98 into 10 power 17. This is your answer. In part F, find x when j inverse of x is equal to 4. So if j inverse of x is equal to 4, we can write that j of 4 is equal to x. So now find j of 4. So j of x is 5 power x, so j of 4 would be 5 power 4, which is 625. So x is equal to 625. Question number 5a. ABCDEFGH is a regular octagon with sides of length 6 cm. The diagram shows part of octagon. O is the center of the octagon and M is the midpoint of AB. Show that angle OAM is 67.5 degrees. Okay, one interior angle of a regular octagon is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So octagon means 8-sided figure. So 8 minus 2 times 180 divided by 8, which is 135. So angle OAM would be 135 divided by 2, because this is a regular octagon. So from O to A, it will bisect the whole angle A. So this is 67.5 which is to be required, and it is shown. Calculate the area of the octagon. So find OM first. In the right angle triangle OAM, your at angle A 67.5 degrees there, AM length is there, so I can use tan 65.5 equals opposite or perpendicular, which is OM over base, which is AM and which is 3. So OM would be 3 into tan of 67.5. So solve it, you get 7.24. So this is your height OM. Now you can you can find the area of triangle OAB. You have base AB6 and you have height OM, which is just calculated. So 1 over 2 into base into height. Base 1 over 2 into 6 into 7.24. So your area is 173.76 or 174. And you can multiply 21.72 times 8 because there would be 8 like these triangle in the whole octagon. Find the area of the circle that passes through the vertices of the octagon. So first find OA, and OA is your radius. So OA can be found out by using the same right angle triangle, and you can use cos of 67.5 equal base over hypotenuse. So base is 3 and hypotenuse is OA. Make OA the subject, so OA would be equals to 3 over cos of 67.5, which is 7.83. Now you got the radius, so use this radius in the formula to calculate the area of that circle. So area is equal to pi r square. So use the 7.8 value in radius and solve it. You get the value 193. B part. The diagram shows a horizontal container for water with the uniform cross section. The cross section is a semicircle. The radius of the semicircle is 0.45 meter and the length of the container is 4 meter. Calculate the volume of the container. So volume of the container can be written as face area. Face is your semicircle and multiply it by its length, which is 4. So formula for the semicircle is pi r square. So your radius is 0.45 and square of it. Solve it with the help of your calculator. You get 1.27 cubic meter. This is your answer for the first part. In the second part, he says the greatest depth of the water in the container is 0.3 meter. Diagram shows the cross section. Calculate the number of liter of water in the container. Give your answer correct to the nearest integer. Okay. If you draw, I have drawn that blue line in the white strip. You can see it clearly. The diagonal type of blue line which divides that white strip on the right side in two shapes. One is your right angle triangle and other is your sector. One sector. So this is 0.5 meter, and from 0.5 up in the white strip, if you subtract 0.3 from 0.45, you get 0.15. There you can see I have written in the white area above 0.3 meter. So I'm trying to find out the angle in the right angle triangle. I'm using cos theta. So cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse. Your hypotenuse is your radius, which is 0.45. So cos of theta is equal to 0.15 divided by 0.45, and theta is your 70.52. You can see I have written 70.52 inside that green shaded right angle triangle. So if you subtract 70.52 from 90, you get the angle of the sector above, which is shaded red. So 90 minus 70.52 is 19.47. Now you can find out the area of the sector, theta over 360 into pi r square. So your radius is there, and theta is, you have just found out, 19.47. So you got 0.0344 square meter of the area of that sector, which is shaded red. Now, using the Pythagoras theorem to find x, you can see in the blue writing in the shaded portion. So 0.45 square is equal to 0.15 square plus x square. So x is your 0.42 meters this length. Now area of this triangle, which is shaded green, 1 over 2 into base into height. 0.15 into 0.42, so area is 0.0318 square meter. Now come to the left side. I have written, now add 0.0344 plus 0.0318. This is equal to 0.0662. This is actually the area of the whole. This is the area of the white strip which has been worked on, and on the left side you have the same white strip. So you multiply you multiply this value by 2, so you get the area of the whole white strip. Now volume of this strip is, you got the whole area of this white strip, multiply it with its depth, which is given 4, and it is 0.5296 cubic meter. So if you multiply this from 1.27, this was the area volume of the whole face. So you get 0.742 cubic meter, which is the volume of shaded portion. Now 1000 cubic centimeter equals wait. I think by mistake I have written equals to 1000 liter. It should be 1 liter. So you can correct it. So now multiply 0.742 times cube of 100, because we have to convert cubic meter into cubic centimeter. So you get 742,000 cubic centimeter. Now divided by 1000, so this is equal to 742 liters. This is your final answer. In question number 6, in part A, diagram shows graph of y is equal to f of x for x is less than equal to 5, greater than equal to minus 1.5. Find f of 2. So f of 2 on the x-axis, you check the value 2 and go down towards the graph, and from the graph you go towards the y-axis and you get -3. So your answer is f of 2 equals -3. Solve the equation f of x is equal to 0. So you can see you have to check at how many parts your this function, this graph is cutting or crossing the x-axis at -1 and at 1 point 1 2 3 4 1.6 and at 4.1 2 3 4 4.4. So x is equal to -1, x is equal to 1.6 and x is equal to 4.4. In the third part, f of x is equal to k has three solutions for this range where k is an integer. Find the smallest possible value of k. So you can see this blue straight line y is equal to -8. This line is cutting the curve at three places, and this is a minimum. Above this line, if you draw this the line y is equal to -7, -6, and if you go up, all the lines would cut the graph at three places. So the minimum value you can get from y is equal to -8. So you can write k is equal to -8. On the grid, draw a line y is equal to mx so that f of x is equal to mx has exactly one solution. So you can see this red line. Mx mean there is no c in it, so it should pass from the origin. So this is a place you can draw this line, which is demanded because it can cross the graph at just one place. So this is your answer. B part, in part 1, find the value of dy by dx when x is equal to 5. So dy by dx is 6x minus 12, so put 5 in x, so you get the value 18. Find the coordinates of the point on the graph y equals cx squared minus 12x plus 7, where the gradient is 0. So you put dy by dx is equal to 0. So 6x minus 12 equals 0. From here your x is 12. Put this value of x in the main equation and you get y equals -5. So 2 comma -5. In part C, when y is equal to x power p plus q power x square and dy by dx is equal to 14x power 6 plus 6x, find the value of p and the value of q. So dy by dx is equal to 14x power 6 plus 6x. So if you go reverse from here, so if the power of x would be 7 and there should be written the coefficient of x 2, now you differentiate this portion, you bring down 7, it would multiply by 2, it makes 14, and from the power you subtract 1 and it becomes 6. So like this you can get 14x power 6. Now the second part, in dy by dx there is written 6x. So if there would be 3 with x and the power should be if the power should be 3 and their quotient would be 1, so you bring down 3 and subtract 1 from 3, you get 2. So you get 6x squared. I think I have explain this properly to you, or you can see qx square is written there. So how to bring uh, 6x. So if I write 3 as a quotient of x and the power 2, so the power, if you take it as a reverse, so 3 goes up, so it becomes 6, and the power becomes 2. So likewise, your quotient is q there, so it means that value of q is 3, and the quotient of x is 2 there, so your value of p is 2. So you can write this answer in the answer space. So I quickly revise this for you. If I write 2x power 7, so this becomes 7 times 2 is 14, and 1 reduced from 7 becomes 6, so 14x power 6. And if I write in 6x, which is differentiation, if I write in the main equation 3x square, so it becomes 3 times 2 is 6, and means if you bring down 2, it would multiply by 3 and make it 6, and subtract 1 from 2, it becomes 1. So like this you can get 6x. So the p equals 2 and q is equal to 3. Question number 7, calculate a c d. So this is a triangle in which no angle is given, all the 3 sides are given, so use cosine rule. So 9 square equals 14 square plus 12 square minus 2 times 14 into 12 into cos of ACD. From here you make subject cos of ACD and then find out the angle ACD, which is 39.6. Show that BC is equal to 7.05 kilometer, correct to 2 decimal place. So you can use in triangle ABC, you can use sine rule. BC over opposite angle is 25, so you write BC over sine of 25 is equal to 14 over sine of 123, cross multiply, so BC is 7.05 shown. Calculate the shortest distance from B to AC. So shortest distance, I have drawn it by red line. So this is a right angle triangle, and you have angle at C and you have the length BC. So opposite to the angle is perpendicular, so perpendicular over hypotenuse is 7.05, so that is sine theta. So sine of 32 degree equals perpendicular over 705, and perpendicular, which is your shortest distance, 3.74 kilometer. Calculate the length of the straight line BD. So this green line is the required straight line BD. So for this we have to calculate. I have drawn it here for your reference. So we have angle C, the addition of those two angles, and it becomes 71.6, and we have length BC, we have length DC, so this become included angle triangle. Again we will use cosine rule to find the length of the straight line BD. So BD square equals 12 square plus 7.05 square minus 2 into 12 into 7.05 cos of 71.6. So Solve it with the help of your calculator. You get the length BD 11.8. C is due east of A. Find the bearing of D from C. So make a bearing with the blue. I have drawn it, and clockwise from the north you have to mark arrow up to the line CD. So this angle you have to find. So there is a 90-degree with AC and north. So 90 minus, if I minus 39.6 from 90, I get 50.4. So from from 360 degree, if I subtract 50.4, I can get the bearing. So 360 minus 50.4 will give me the bearing, which is 309.6 degrees. Question number 8 in part A1, use the notation to describe shaded region in the Venn diagram. So this is simple, A intersection B. Shade the correct region in each Venn diagram. So you can place values in the empty areas 1, 2, 3, 4 with the blue letter I have written. Now on the left side you can see universal set. Your universal is 1, 2, 3, 4. Set P is your 1, 2 and P complement is 3, 4. So Q is your 2, 3 and Q union P complement is your 2, 3, 4. So just shade these areas 2, 3 and 4. That would be your Q union P complement. In the second portion, K union L intersection M complement. So leave M empty and shade the upper portion, which will show us K union L, the green part. Venn diagram. The diagram shows 11 cards. One of these cards is chosen at random. Write down the probability that the letter on the card is not A. So not A are 9 cards, so 9 out of 11. A card is chosen at random from these 11 cards and then replace. A second card is then chosen at random. Find the probability that exactly one card has the letter N. So 2 over 11, there are 2 N's. So 2 over 11 into the rest are 9. So 9 over 11, and this can be done in other way also. If you pick the one card from the other 9 cards, so you could have written 9 over 11 times 2 over 11. So instead of doing that, you can just multiply by 2 and you can get the probability. C part, 50 students are asked if they like English, E, and if they like mathematics. M, 3 say they do not like English, do not like mathematics. 33 say they like English, 42 say they like mathematics. Complete the Venn diagram. So you put X in the middle. So on the left side of E, you write 33 minus X, and on the right side, you write 42 minus X. So you solve them. So 33 minus X plus 42 minus X plus 3, which is outside of these two circles, and the whole is equal to 50. Solve it for X here, so you get X is equal to 28, so you write 28 in the middle. So 33 minus X means 33 minus 28, you get 5. 5 students are those who like only English. 28 students are those who like both English and math. Now 42 minus X, your X is 28, so 42 minus 28 is 14. So 14 students are those who like only maths. So you have completed this. A student is chosen at random. Find the probability that this student likes English and likes mathematics. So that is in the middle, which is 28. So write 28 over 50. Two students are chosen at random. Find the probability that they both like mathematics. So mathematics are 42 students. 42 over 50, the first student into the second from the same group. So it would be written as 41 over 49. So simplify it, you get 123 over 175. Two students who like English are chosen at random. So English were 30, no, two students who like English are chosen at random. Find the probability that they both also like mathematics. Okay, they both also like. So 28 over 33 into 27 over 32. Simplify it, you get the answer. So rectangle, sides of rectangle in term of x is given and side of square is given. The examiner want us, the area of rectangle is 29 centimeters square greater than the area of the square. The difference between the perimeter of the two shapes is k. Find the value of k. Area of rectangle equals 29 plus area of square. So area of rectangle is 2x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 29 plus x into x. This is area of square. From here, work with the like terms. You finally get x square minus x minus 30. Factorize it by midterm breaking. So your one x is negative 5, leave it. Your second x is 6. So use this value of x, which is 6, in the rectangle. So you get 13 length and 5 width, and the sides of the square is 6 and 6. So perimeter of rectangle is 36 centimeter and perimeter of square is 24. So difference of perimeter is 36 minus 24, which is 12, and this is the value of k. In B part, volume of larger cube is 5 cubic centimeter greater than the volume of the smaller cube. Show that 3y square plus 3y minus 4 equals 0. So write down the volume of bigger cube, which is y plus 1 power 3. Power 3 is because y plus 1 into y plus 1 into y plus 1. So we can write y plus 1 power 3 is equal to 5 plus the volume of the smaller cube, which is y power 3. Now, uh, this is an identity like a plus b whole power 3, which says a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So your a is y and b is 1. So carefully place the value, so it will be y cube plus 3y square plus 3y plus 1 is equal to 5 plus y cube. So y cube and y cube will be cut, will be cancelled, and you are left with 3y square plus 3y plus 1 minus 5 is equal to 0. So 3y square plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0 shown. Find the volume of the smaller cube. Show all your working and give your answer correct to 2 dB. So 3y square plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Your a is equal to 3, b is equal to 3, c is equal to minus 4. Place these values in the quadratic formula and use your calculator to solve. Find out the value of y. So one value of y is 0.758 and other is negative 1.75. So cancel this negative and use a positive value. And volume of smaller cube is v is equal to y power 3. So use the value of y, which is 0.758. So 0.758 power 3, which is 0.436, and up to 2 decimal places. Your volume of smaller cube is 0.44 cubic centimeter. Thank you. This is my phone number and I'm from Pakistan. Please like, share and subscribe to get more papers. Thank you, students.